Welcome. In front of me say Motorola One Zoom, and today I will show you a couple tweaks and tricks that you can do on this device. So we're going to begin with one that allows you to just change certain parts of the device to be a little bit darker, basically dark theme, but it's not system-wide as the newer Android devices are, but it's still better than nothing. So let's go into the settings, and from here we're going to go into the display. So right here, tap on advanced, and at the bottom you should see device theme, and at the moment it's set to automatic, but you can change it to light, which, well, it's the one that it was at anyway, or you can change it to dark, and when you pull down you can automatically see that there is the dark theme. Now I'm not sure if it extends to other apps. It doesn't actually look like it does. So now if we go back to the display and there, the themes, the automatic version basically sets it based on the wallpaper, as you can see right here. So if your wallpaper is dark, it will actually change it to dark mode, but if it's bright, it will keep it on a light mode. So you can choose which one you want. Now another thing that I want to show is the animation speed. So you can change the way how fast the animations go by just tapping. When you see the animations of zooming in and out, for instance, you can actually change that, how quick it goes, and again you can do that in the settings. So let's go back to the settings, which I just quit, and then go into system, about phone, scroll down, and where you see build number, tap on that 7 times, and you will see the lock confirmation only if you have one set. If you don't, it will just give you a message that developer mode has been enabled, as it is right now. So from here we can go back and then tap on advanced, and you will see developer options. From here let's scroll down, so somewhere a little bit past halfway you will have the window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animation duration scale. Now by default they're set to 1, so you can change it to half speed by choosing the 0.5, and this will basically increase the animation speed by there will be basically twice as fast. So now if I were to quit, you can see that this animation is way faster than it was previously. Now you could go a little bit more crazy and set it to, for instance, off, but personally I disadvise on that. It might create a little bit of a weird animation or lack thereof, with just screen flickering from being, for instance, like you can see the shadow around the window right now. And if you, for instance, quit, instead of fading out quickly, it will just literally blip out of existence, and it might look a little bit weird when everything just, for instance, like the background there just becomes instantly as bright as this window, but on the entire screen. So I'll just keep it as it is on half. Now if you wish to, you can do without any problem go to off, and it will not change anything. But for some cases it might just look weird. Now this is basically a matter of preference in a way. So I'm gonna go back to half speed and move on to the next tweak, which will be just a simple one that is enabled by default, and it just allows you to pull down the notification panel from anywhere on the screen. Now normally, and at the moment still majority of the devices, you have to reach all the way to the top to pull down the notification panel, and with a display like this one, which is I think 6.3 inches, it's a fairly hefty display, and if you're holding the phone normally in your hand, you might have struggle to reach the top of it to pull down the notification panel. So you can actually do it from just about the middle of the display, as you can see right here. Anything lower, you need to have a little bit of a drag. So for instance, as you can see here, it doesn't work anymore. So about halfway is the lowest you can go, but it's still better than having to pull down from the top of the screen. And like I said, it was just a simple one, but in my opinion, very helpful. So moving on, we're gonna go into navigation gestures, and in this display, in this phone, they're completely named, like the name of it is completely out of whack, and if you try to search for it in the settings, you will not be able to find it. The only thing you can actually see normally is once you first set up the device, you'll have like a bluish greenish button right here. So you can tap on that, basically the same as the logo right here of the Motorola. And if you already tapped on it and disregarded it, then you won't see it. So you want to go into the Motorola app right here, then tap on the bars right here and go into Moto Actions, where you can find one button navigation. Once you select this, you will have a little guide on it, on basically how to use it, to try it out. So tap to go home, swipe left to go back, swipe right to previous page, cool, swipe up for recent apps, and hold to launch assistant. So there we go. And I think I just didn't actually enable it, so turn it on. There we go. So now you have this button and it works like this. Now it's a fairly nice one. It also looks nice, clean, it looks aesthetically pleasing in my opinion. Still not the best one. I personally prefer to have the swipe or back button to be on the side, so you have to swipe from the sides, kind of like on the Apple. But it's still better than having the actual buttons right there, or the Google navigation that they have. And the last thing that I want to show is the animation for the fingerprint. So normally if you have a fingerprint set, as you will, come on, there we go. So once you press on it, you can see that there's an animation around your finger. And if I could actually go, so you can see that animation just around your finger. Now you can actually change that by going into the settings and then security and location right here, and tap on your fingerprint, confirm it by putting the pattern, and here you have animation style. So this is the one that is set by default, and you can tap on additional ones to see different ones. As you can see, this basically how it would look if you press your finger right here, or this one. This one looks really nice in my opinion, so that's what I'm going to choose. So all you need to do is just select it, and then you can go back, and now you can see it will look like this. So just a nice tweak to how your device looks like when you're trying to unlock it, so you can get a nice look at it. But this would conclude the tweaks and tricks that I wanted to share, and if you found any of them helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.